Today we're gonna be watching a true story animation about why every blonde girl is jealous of me. And to be honest, I don't know why, because there ain't much to be jealous about. Believe me. But before we start today's video, family, I just want to ask you one favor. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, tap that red button. It would really mean a lot to me. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of the family. I love you. Mwah. And you're a real one. Because I don't know if you know this or anything, but all I want for Christmas this year is to get to 1 million subscribers by the end of this year.
Hi, I'm Crystal from a small town in Alaska. Press like and subscribe.
See, family? Even Crystal's telling you to smash like and subscribe. I don't make the rules, don't look at me. But hey, Crystal, sup?
I've lived with my rich uncle and aunt and 5 girl cousins.
Ooh.
But they've always made me feel like I didn't belong with them.
Yeah, because not all 5 of you can get diamond rings. One less means better odds for them.
For starters, all my cousins had blonde hair and blue eyes, and I had dark curly hair and brown eyes. They always said I wasn't pretty enough to be part of the family. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the ugliest of them all? Crystal! Your eyes are the color of poop, and look at your hair. I wonder how many birds sleep inside that nest.
Oh yeah? Well, look at your stupid, dirty blonde horse hay on your head. That hair be looking so dry, I thought it was straw. Might as well feed you to the horses.
They were the meanest, but I had no one else. And I swear, I always thought our town was the only place on earth until I saw my cousin's geography book. And that's when I was 7. You see, my aunt and uncle wouldn't even send me to school and just kept me on my toes all day doing house chores.
Okay, Cinderella. Poor girl gets treated so bad they're probably using her hair to wash the floors too. Who needs to go to a classroom when you can use your hair as a broom?
But I'd secretly taught myself to read. I began reading more and more, and all that knowledge just amazed me. One time, when I was 16, my uncle found me reading my cousin's books.
Uh-oh. Girl, you busted.
Books, and he instantly snatched them from me. Do you have any idea how expensive these are? And you're using them for free. Why are you always so awful to me? 'Cause you're kinda weird, and not really one of us. I pushed him aside and ran out of the room. I just hated it here. A few weeks later, it was Christmas, and I found 5 huge gift boxes under the tree, and another one the size of a matchbox. Of course, that was mine, and all it had inside was a pinch of salt.
A pinch of salt? Man, why they gotta be so rude to her? Just for having brown hair? I mean, I get we can be annoying sometimes, and maybe you'll mistake us for a big grizzly bear outside, but that doesn't mean you gotta treat us like a wild animal. We're a human, not a bear. Unless we're talking about teddy bears, because we can be cute and cuddly too, if it means you'll treat us better. Jeez.
Just a reminder to add the right amount of salt while cooking our meal. Everyone laughed, and I felt like smashing their heads into the wall. While I was busy cooking, a lawyer visited our house. Curious, I followed him to the study, and when I heard his conversation with my aunt and uncle, I was shook.
I was shook. Shaken. Girl, now I'm curious.
That girl, Crystal, is worth billions. If you want to keep the money her parents left, you should legally adopt her.
Ooh.
Wait, what? I was a freaking billionaire? As soon as the lawyer left, my aunt came running into the kitchen and literally carried me away to the lounge. I was made to sit in Uncle's armchair while he snatched all my cousin's presents and gave them to me.
Yeah, it's about time. I'll take my iPads, iPhones, Xboxes, PS5s. All right now. And you can cash at me the rest of your presents. In money. Not so poop emoji now, are we?
You, girl, give Crystal a foot rub. You, the other one, make her a hot chocolate with extra marshmallows. And the rest, we're changing the dinner menu to all of Crystal's favorites, and you're cooking. Now, chop chop. Wow, just wow. All of a sudden, I was loved and pampered to bits.
I wonder why.
I decided now was the time to get the one thing I really wanted, going to school. Oh, sweetheart, no. School is such a dangerous place for girls. But all my cousins are girls. They are morons. They're not as precious as you, Pumpkin. We'll get you the best tutor. Well, that was better than nothing. At least I'd get to learn. But the next night, while I was getting water from the kitchen, I overheard them talking. How long do we need to pamper that ugly duck? Don't worry. Once we get her money, we'll ship her off to some orphanage. Who even wants that hairy kid? Ew. God, I knew they were being nice to me because of my money, but these greedy jerks weren't even planning to let me stay. That very night, I packed my bags and ran away, taking the first train out of our town. On the train, an old lady sat next to me, and she told me I was really pretty. She sounded kind, and when we got down, she asked me to join her for a meal at her place.
Watch out, girl. Maybe that grandma's gonna try and steal your money, too. It's the old cute-looking ones that are the most dangerous.
This was the first time someone was treating me nicely without knowing about my wealth. When I got to her mansion, it seemed like she was some billionaire herself. I met some girls older than me, and they all looked really happy. Apparently, the kind woman had given jobs to all of them and even let them stay here.
I don't know, sis. It's looking a little sus.
I wondered if I could stay too, and to my surprise, she gladly accepted me. Weeks passed by and all was good, until one day the lady woke me up rudely at 3 a.m. Dress up and get ready. What? Why? It's not even sunrise yet. What are you, a chicken waiting for sunrise? Be out already, or I'm gonna kick your lazy butt. OMG. Suddenly, the fairy godmother sounded more like a Karen.
Karen has definitely just entered the building. Well, I guess she's been in the building this whole time. But I knew she was suspicious. Nobody gives you that much for free unless you want a free smack in the face. That you can get unlimited.
She pulled me down to the main hall where the other girls had already gathered. And then she started explaining how we'd be breaking into some house to steal stuff soon. Wait a second. She was a professional thief? Oh my God. I couldn't believe I'd been living with a gang of robbers for weeks. I wasn't gonna be a part of this. I slipped away and used the old lady's phone to report her to the police. When they turned up to arrest her and the gang, one of the girls turned to me and said, "I always knew you didn't belong with a bunch of thieves. Here, take this and go see this man. He's a very kind fellow who wants to adopt a daughter." And so I escaped and made my way to Mr. Hammond's address.
Girl, where are your parents? What did they teach you? Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, that's right. She never had any parents. Oh, man. She's so lost.
And well, this guy seemed richer than old Karen. When a butler led me to him, I explained that I had no family, and some girl gave me his details, and he was overjoyed. "Oh my God, yes, I've been waiting to adopt a little girl. I'm so happy to meet you. And Crystal, that's such a beautiful name. Welcome to your new home."
Nope, 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 nope. We do not stand this old man. He's looking more suspicious than the old lady. And a lot less cute, too. That mustache better stay far, far away from me, sir. Or I might just accidentally chop it off and chop off your head, too. I don't play.
Just like that, my life turned around. I was immediately led to a gorgeous room and given a brand new wardrobe. And when I saw the massive library in the house, I flipped. "Oh, sir, you don't know how much I love books. All I've ever wanted is to go to school and learn as much as I can." "Well, my dear, that can be easily arranged." He made a quick phone call and told me I'd be starting school next week. Was this for real? Even though he seemed lovely, I didn't trust him enough yet to tell him about my parents' money.
Oh, so the money's the only thing you don't trust him with? So everything else is fine, right? Like getting to pick your school, your home, practically your whole life? But my bank account? Yeah, I'll keep that secret. Girl, that's the least of your worries. But I forgot, money's more important than your life, right? Yeah, that must be it.
I knew what that did to people. One morning while I was still asleep, someone scared the heck out of me by jumping onto the bed. I let out a shrill scream, and then I saw a girl a few years older than me. She was screaming too. "OMG, who are you and what are you doing in my bed? Dad!" "Dad?" Mr. Hammond came running, and it turned out that the girl was his daughter, Pearl, who was now in university. "I just came home to get some stuff." "So what? I left and you adopted some ugly weirdo and gave her my room?"
Ooh, you got replaced real quick.
"Don't be rude. And yes, I'm all alone now and I'd like some company. Now say hello to your sister." "Sister? Pfft, I don't know which slum you got her from. Just get her out of my room." She stormed off and Mr. Hammond apologized to me. It's okay. I know I'm ugly. My cousins made fun of my hair and eyes all the time. It's nothing new.
What are you talking about? Your hair and eyes are lovely. I only see a girl who's beautiful inside and out. But let me take you to a salon today. Those people will work magic with your hair.
No, sweetie, I promise. You're beautiful. But yeah, let me take you to a salon and they could fix you up, you know? You got a couple things that they could fix. That's Cherry Cofer. Yeah, you're a little ugly.
And they really did. They trimmed and styled my wild hair and got my eyebrows done. For the first time ever, I actually felt pretty.
Wait, what? She looks exactly the same. Maybe with a little eyeliner now. Girl, you got scammed.
I was so happy, I hugged Mr. Hammond. Thanks, Dad. Wait, did I just call him Dad? Maybe I was starting to like him a bit too fast.
His first daughter ain't gonna like that. Girls get jealous.
I had an amazing first day at school. When I got home, I found Pearl had moved back in. I decided I'd try to be friends with her, but she was impossible. I tried talking to her at dinner, but she just gave me silent glares. When I asked her to pass me the water, she flung the whole jug at my face. Pearl! What, Dad?
What, Dad? You named me Pearl from the ocean, so now let's name the new daughter something else from there too. Water.
She didn't want it on her face? Oops, my bad. One day during the first class, our teacher kept getting annoyed because of some croaking frog sounds. We all looked around and couldn't find any.
Yeah, that's probably from the beach too. A new boy moved in and now we named him Toad.
A boy put his ear next to my bag and said, "I think it's coming from here." I opened the bag and dropped it immediately. A dozen big frogs jumped out, and there was almost a stampede with everyone screaming and running out. As the teacher fled, she tripped over a chair and fell down really hard. She hurt her arm, and I got a month's detention for my prank. This was all Pearl's doing, of course. I went to her room that day and asked her why she was bent on ruining things for me. Oh, drop this innocent face, Crystal. I know you're just some gold digger, and my dad is your target. Just because he's too soft and foolish to see the bad in people doesn't mean I am too. I'll make sure you don't get a penny of my wealth. She was crazy. All I wanted was a family. Mr. Hammond had a grand pool party planned, and I was so excited. My jaw dropped when I saw the guests arrive. Actors, singers, and other glamorous people. I was dazzled. Everyone was having a great time, but as some of the guests started to leave, we suddenly heard a woman screaming at the butler. "What do you mean you can't find my diamond ring and my husband's watch? I gave that stuff to you for safekeeping before going in the pool." The butler said he'd put all the guests' belongings in Mr. Hammond's study, but they were all gone. Everyone went crazy, and there was nearly a riot.
Ladies, gentlemen, please. Something like this has never happened before, and I assure you I won't rest till everyone's belongings are returned. You have my word.
Somebody's got some splaining to do.
As the angry guests went out mumbling and threatening Mr. Hammond, he ordered the servants to strip the house down. Only 10 minutes later, a maid came running with my backpack. She turned it over, and all the rich people's things fell out. Sir, Miss Crystal's bags were packed. It looks like she was planning to leave. I was horrified. Mr. Hammond looked shocked as I protested that I had nothing to do with it. Oh, Daddy, what did you expect from someone like her? I always knew she'd do something like this. We need to call the police. I walked up to Mr. Hammond and looked him straight in the eye. I know I'm just a stranger and not really your daughter, so you'll choose to believe Pearl's words over mine. You can do whatever you want, but just know that your kindness means far more to me than money or things ever could, and I would never do anything to harm you. Suddenly, Mr. Hammond took my hand.
You are my daughter, and I do believe you.
He turned to Pearl with a furious face.
Pearl, if you don't want me to stop paying for your credit cards and cut you out of my will, leave now. I don't want to see your face till you've graduated university.
Pearl stared at him in shock, then screamed angrily and left. I was so touched by Mr. Hammond's words, I finally decided to tell him about my inheritance and my greedy family.
No! No! He chose the new daughter over the old daughter and kicked the real daughter to the curb. Dude, that's savage. He already likes Crystal more than his real daughter. Let's see what he says when she tells him that she's a billionaire too. Oh, he gonna love her.
He was shocked, and the next thing I knew, he had legally adopted me, and we went in person to tell my family the news. Their faces were just priceless. I was the owner of my money now, and I had big plans for it.
Yeah, that is until Mr. Hammond steals it away from you. You forget you're adopted now? Just saying.
I set up a school for poor kids, and now I teach there whenever I can.
Aw, well, ain't that nice? You found a new dad? What kind of stole him away from his old kid? You got rid of your terrible aunt and uncle and those straw-headed losers. And now you live in a mansion with a billionaire and you're a billionaire yourself. Congrats, mama. But if I were you, I might still sleep with one eye open because them billionaires had to get their money from somewhere and maybe his next billion is gonna come from you. Oh. But anyways, family, that is all the true story animation that I have for you today. If you liked today's video, smash like and smash subscribe if you want to help us reach 1 million subscribers by the end of this year. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram if you're not already. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all in the next video.